What was it? Was it just the property report or crime?
The property, some license plates.
132, 319, Mary 628, 1120, 98.
Well, at the time I was I started watch workout at the police academy, and at the time I was working SWAT, and one of the officers, Donnie Anderson, drove up to the academy and told us that there was a major incident in North Hollywood. There was a 211 was a robbery at a bank on Laurel Canyon, that shots had been fired, and that officers were shot and down, injured, and citizens were injured also, and that all of SWAT was to respond to the scene. And they told us that it was possibly 2 suspects, maybe more, heavily armed with AK-47s, and that the suspects were had body armor, full body armor on.
When you hear an AK-47 go off, it's a very distinctive sound. I don't think there's any other rifle that makes that type of noise. When our vehicle got hit, you know, which part of our light bar shot and part of our outside light. And from a fear factor point of view, as we're exiting the vehicle, you know you're afraid, but it's a nervousness to the point where I think both of us had knowledge of the weapon. And, you know, we're told to hide behind an engine block. Whenever you get that type of weapon fired, go find an engine block. But even trying to hide behind the engine block, we have this nervous laughter. Because I know that I'm thinking and he's thinking, and we're looking at each other, it's like, where do we hide? You know, this is a weapon of destruction. It's like, even if we hide behind the engine block, am I going to get hit through the tire? Am I going to get hit through one of the wheels? You know, you look at, for a split second, at one point, it becomes funny. Because it's like, my bulletproof vest is not going to stop it. The engine block may not stop it. If the guy's firing armor-piercing rounds, engine block's just going to slow it down. You know, and you wait, and you hear the crack of the round going off again, and as it buzzes by, and that distinctive whistle of the zoom by the side of your head, you kind of laugh. Every time you hear the shot and you don't get hit, you have this nice little joy inside, and you smile, and you go, that's nice, I'm still breathing.
Uno de los policías que comenzó se encuentra uno de los policías que comenzó esta balacera tratando de conseguir, te digo. En este momento la policía está intercambiando balas. En este momento la policía está intercambiando balas con los presuntos asaltantes.
You could hear the constant just the boom, 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 boom of the guns up at the bank there as they were firing from the front of the bank out, just indiscriminately across the street at all the police cars and everybody that they saw, and hitting people and just blowing cars up, basically, just shooting cars to bits. Suspect number 1, Phillips, he had full body armor from his neck down to his feet. He was completely covered with body armor. And, yeah, the bullets were just bouncing off him because, you know, 9mm won't penetrate the body armor. So it was like, I think one of the officers there said it was like a monster movie where you're throwing everything you got at this monster, but he won't go down. He just keeps coming and coming. So that's a scary situation. I don't think anybody is prepared to answer AK-47 gunfire, but the patrol officers, all they have is shotguns and 9mm. So there's a gun store in the area, B&B Guns, where somebody came up with the, I think, good idea to go to the gun store and see if they could get some automatic weapons or some high-powered weapons to fight these guys. And they did respond to the gun store, and the gun owner was more than happy to lend them the guns, and they brought them back to the scene.
at least about 10 bullet hole hit our walls. Hit the freezer, 2 glass freezer, like a chain, pass to this glass, and then went to that wall. Came from here. We had a whole bunch of cake right here. The bullet passed the cake, one of the cake, and then hit this door right here.
Yeah.
And you can see it's right here still. This one. That's with me.